Morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTube. For some unknown reason, I decided to film in a baseball field today. I just thought it was an interesting environment, but trying to get the perfect angle was a pain around here because it's really windy, so I had to go next to this little wooden wall barn thing to try to cut down the wind noise. And right now I'm right next to a freeway as well, so there's a lot of noise coming from that. So hopefully you can even hear me, maybe not, I don't know. And now the sun's glaring out from the clouds, so but all those little elements that I can't control right now actually fit perfectly into what I wanted to discuss in this video, which is the idea of playing God, the idea of trying to do everything perfect yourself, and thinking that the responsibility of things in life rests upon your shoulders. You know, it's something that I'm sure everyone has gone through at some point in their life, or if you haven't, you will, because I think it's just part of life, is you'll reach a scenario where you believe it all depends on you, where you think that every bit of the outcome of whatever you're doing depends solely on your own choices, and that it's up to you to fix something or someone. And it can be a very dangerous way of thinking when you believe that a task, or like I said, even a person, that fixing it or fixing them is your responsibility, and that you're supposed to, in a way, be God to them. You're supposed to give everything you can to that person, or that job, or an ideal, whatever it is. It's the idea that you have to be God and you have to solve it in your own power. It's something that's very dangerous to fall into, and it's something that I personally fall into a lot. And I think it's something of your ego coming out, where you believe you're some all-powerful, all-special person, and you're the only one with the ability to fix something. So that, you know, oh, I'm the only one who this person can talk to right now, so I have to help them. You know, I'm the only one that's skilled enough to do this job, so I have to do it for them. And while, you know, we're not supposed to just sit back and pray and do nothing and just say, oh, God's going to take care of it, just have faith. Because as it says in James, you know, faith without works is dead. Now there's a plane flying overhead. Now there's a lot of noise going on here. This is going to be so hard to hear. Unless my microphone works really well. This new microphone may work really good. I hope it does. Anyway, back on topic. If we even have a topic to talk about. We still have to perform each task that God gives to us. We still have to, you know, to try our hardest in the situations that God puts before us. But we don't have to take the pressure of the result upon us, I think. And it's a balancing act, because like I said, you can't go all the way to only works with having no faith in God. You can't go completely to the way of, it's all on me to fix this. And then in the same way, you can't go completely the other direction on, okay, it's all on God and I don't have to do anything. When, you know, I want to be the one to fix this. It's not that I think I'm the only one who can fix it. Like, while that's how I may portray it to myself, and that's how I may, you know, use an excuse of saying, oh, I'm the only one skilled enough to do this, I think it really comes down to ego and pride, saying that I want to be the one to fix this, saying that I don't want to admit I can't do this on my own. I don't want to admit I have to go to God. I don't want to admit I have to go to a brother or a friend or a coworker for help. I want to be able to do this of my own power, and I don't want to be able to say I'm not enough. And it comes around to Adam and Eve in the garden, wanting to be God, wanting to be like God. You know, the temptation of, I can know as much as God, the temptation of, I can perform as much as God can. I can save this person's life. I can fix this issue in society. And not wanting to instead say, God's going to fix it. While he may choose to fix it through me, it's not going to be me who fixes it. It's going to be God. And just being willing to give up the authority. Being willing to give over the authority of your job or a person's life into God's hands. Because it's easy to happen as well with a person. Whether it's a friendship of thinking, oh, I have to be there for this person because I'm the only one they know. Or I have to save this person because the only way they're going to know about Christ is through me. Either way, if we imbalance it to the point of thinking that it's all on us, if we imbalance it to the point of thinking that it's up to me to save them, then not only will it not work, it will probably regress whatever you're trying to do backwards even farther. Because I've noticed in my own life, whenever I swing to one extreme or the other, either all towards faith or all towards works, it not only doesn't solve the problem, it can sometimes regress it even further. It can sometimes make it a bigger problem. And it's a balancing act, and it's something that, we're always going to struggle on, but we don't have to worry that we're going to screw something up in the long run. Because again, everything we do comes from God, and it all goes back to Him, because He owns it all. God owns everything. Nothing we have down here belongs to us at all. Not things, not people, not thoughts, not morals, not our actions, not ideals. All this stuff was created by God, and it all goes back to Him. It's not even that it goes back to Him, it's currently His. It's not something that He's even given us for a time. It's something that is always forever His. And just like, in Proverbs, it says that a man will plan his ways, but the Lord directs his steps. So, we still have to plan our ways. We still have to, act on the information God's given us. But act with open hands. And our open hands aren't to allow God to be able to work with stuff. It's to allow us to not be affected when God takes it. Because God can take it whether our hands are closed or open. It's just that if our hands are closed, it's going to hurt us. Because God's going to get to it one way or the other. We can't stop God. So He's going to take the stuff that He needs to take. But if we're holding on to it, He's going to pry our hands open for it. Yet if we're holding on to it loosely, it will be more gentle for us to let go of it. It's as Corrie ten Boom says, I've learned to hold all things loosely, so that God will not have to pry them out of my hands. So, with that, I'm going to leave you. Lord willingly, I'll see you all later.